Good morning, YouTube. Look at this stud. The only downfall is got some nails in it right there. So what we'll probably do is cut that chunk out of there. Hopefully the blue don't come down that far. But that's a beautiful, beautiful tree. I mean, it don't have a limb sticker. I mean, it's got a little cat face on it. Way up there. Zoom in, right, whoops, right there. Other than that, that's got, I don't know, 50 foot of clean veneer. She's a pretty thing. I'm hoping it don't cut real blue with them nails in it. My guess is when they logged this place last time, this deer stand was probably fairly new, and that's why this stud's still standing here. It's got a big crotch in it. I'm really worried about busting it. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this chestnut oak about halfway off, and then I'm gonna try to get that tree, this chestnut oak, as it's breaking off, to slow this old girl down a little bit. But by golly, what a tree. Man, I thought I hit play on the camera, but I didn't. But she didn't bust. It worked just like we planned it. This tree slowed it down, and away she went. But look at that old girl, man. Look at this tree. I mean, it's just just as clean as a pin. Phew. I got all my trees cut. You can see this is where them boys are working. The house is there. All them trees behind the house cut. And it's just a little bit time consuming, a little bit stressful. So it is nice to have the extra help doing this today. Definitely make a world of difference in here. Instead of doing it by myself, or even just Chris and I doing it. It make a world of difference. Still stressful. I don't know if it's more stressful to let somebody else cut them trees, or if it's stressful when I cut them. I ain't sure. I'm not sure what it is yet. It's turning into a mess. Pain in the butt working over top of your head, especially when you're old. It's hard enough for me. These guys work good together, I can tell you that. They're doing a great job. I don't even care if it peels anything. I just want them trees not to hit the house. I really don't care about the log. We didn't put top dollar on those trees anyway because we knew that. So it's not the end of the world if it peels or busts a little bit. Basically, whatever we get out of it, we get out of it. But I just do not want them to hit the house, or they can't go down the hill because the property, this is the property line. These trees are basically edge trees. So it can't go downhill either, or it'll be on the neighbor. So they gotta go one direction and they can't go on the house. So it's stressful, but we're getting her. Well, we got all them edge trees done. There's some trees behind the house they want to cut. I think we're gonna get to tomorrow. And then I'm gonna buy some trees off the neighbor. So I sure hope I can get all this done before it rains. I think I'll be in good shape. Them guys helped me tomorrow, and they said they're going to work Sunday. So we'll get, I should get most of the timber on the ground. The neighbor let us put the landing, not the people I'm buying the timber from, but it's actually the sister of the guy we're working for now. So those trees behind the house belong to this landowner, but the house that they're hanging over is his sister. So they had this meadow out front that they weren't doing anything with. It was all overgrown. They said we could load out of there, so that keeps me from having to drag that timber from way over there, as far as you can see, is where them trees are, all the way around, back down this road, and back down to where the landing is now. So it's that's going to save a ton of time. Plus, if it goes on and gets wet over there, or if it gets wet, like I think it's going to, like I say, it's like an inch of rain, inch and a half of rain, inch and a half of snow. So if it goes off, turns wet, if I can get this woods all folded in Monday, like the rain's Monday mid-afternoon or early afternoon, so that gives me whatever time I got left on Sunday, and then Monday morning to grade this, at least get everything graded to the deck. That way, you know, this will all be done, water bars put in, all dry, because it's dry now. I mean, it's nice. I mean, it's like almost a little bit of dust, you know what I mean? It's need to get this graded before we get that rain. So that's the plan. By the end of the day Monday, have this whole thing graded. All those other logs that we bought from the neighbor, that'll be on a different landing. We'll just move the loader once we get these logs hauled out. So we got a lot of work ahead of us, but once the rest of the trees are cut, it's all pretty much easy work. So that's a plus. It's Sunday morning and we are logging. We're trying to get this all wrapped up before the rain comes in. We got weather, like I said earlier, we got weather coming in Monday afternoon. So we got just a handful of trees up this edge right behind the house to cut. Then we got to go run up that edge. It's a handful of trees, and then just this little patch where they're working right now. We were going to start behind the house, but something's going on inside the house, so there's an ambulance just showed up. Not sure what's happening. I don't really want to, you know, be a pest and get involved, so we moved back further behind the house, so we're not like right up on top of everybody till that gets sorted out. It's but yeah, we're working. We should have all this job on the ground. I bought 38. I'm going to buy 38 trees from the neighbor, but I don't think I'm going to fool with them right now. I think I'm going to leave them stand there. We'll cut them next week. That way, because I got to kind of keep them separate from these trees anyway, because we're kind of doing this job on the halves for the landowner. So I got to kind of keep his trees separate. So, so we don't, you know, I can keep the log checks separate. I'm buying the neighbor's trees outright, but these trees are, this big job we're on, you know, we gave them a deposit, and then the rest of it's, you know, we're kind of splitting it. So I got to kind of keep their trees separate. So that's, we might leave them stand for a little while. If these guys don't have nothing to do next week, I might get them to come in and cut them next week, just kind of leave them staged up here in the woods. I think we can just kind of pull them out to the edge of the property line. Should have plenty of room. So yeah, we're going to get after it. Got a couple pole trees up on this knob to keep them off the property line, so we'll get that taken care of, and then maybe come back down here to the house and work. It'd be sorted out by then, maybe. Timber! All right, a little update on what was going on there in the house this morning. Apparently, it's an older couple living in there. They had a birthday party for their great-grandchild yesterday. The old man had too much cake and pizza, and he's severely diabetic. So, got up this morning, he didn't know where he was, or who he was, or what was going on, so they took him in the ambulance. But everything will be fine. They'll get him straightened out. He'll be back this afternoon. So got weird there for a minute, but all is well. Well, I'm glad we did all that grading yesterday, because as you can see in the background, it snowed. It rained probably a little over an inch last night. 5 o'clock this morning it changed over to ice and sleet. And then about 6 in the morning it changed over to snow. We were originally just supposed to be getting a coating. Probably ended up with about 4 inches of wet, nasty, slushy snow. We went to pick the road tractor up this morning. We dropped it off yesterday, get leaf springs put on it. It had 2 cracked leaf springs on the back of it. So we dropped it off yesterday, get that fixed. We was headed up here this morning to get it, and was listening to the traffic on the radio, and cars and trucks and everything was all in the ditches and stuff like that. So we turned around, let it quit, and let them get it cleaned up, and headed up here to get it. So my partner's up there bucking wood up today, so hopefully we'll get some hauled tomorrow. But that's about it for this one. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.